In a world where there ain't nothing to laugh about, they're two special idiots now. Hear me out. Chuck's laugh is frightening. Brad's anus is tightening. Brad's got a lot of thoughts to give. Chuck's toxically positive. They're here to laugh and joke with a few little jabs and pokes. Escape from your terrible life. You're a loser and an asshole and you're filled with strife. Funbearable. They're just trying to make you smile. Funbearable. Even though you're pathetic and you're ugly and vile, they're just trying to bring some joy to your day. Even though your family wishes you would go away. Funbearable. 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 They're terrible. They're fucking terrible.
So, Brad, I don't know if you noticed, but we have a third today. Did you notice that? Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Franklin 5. Frank 5. Your full name's not Frank. Franklin.
It's just Frank, yeah.
I would imagine.
It's just Frank. Not Francis, it's just Frank.
You don't look like a Franklin.
No.
It's a little nerdier than you.
Yeah, I'm hardcore. Thank you, Charles.
Before we really open the show, so do you have any idea what we're doing today?
I have no clue what we're doing today.
All right. Let's open the show and we'll give him some info.
Welcome to Intervention. With
Oh my God, they have those for porn addictions? I didn't realize.
Hello and welcome to an episode of Funbearable. I'm Brad Rohr.
I'm Chuck Staten, and this is Frank 5.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on, man.
Yeah, this is my first time on here.
Yeah.
And it's been a long time, Chuck.
I
mean,
know.
I've known you for how many years? And how many times has Jimmy been on here? Because this is my first time.
Too many.
Yeah.
Yes. Frank is from the world of Tell 'em Steve Dave. And we have had quite a bit of Tell 'em Steve Dave appearances, huh, by now? Walt's been on 3 times. Get'em's been on twice. Jimmy's been on many times. Rupert's been on. Yeah, I don't know.
This is not making me feel better.
Brian
Wait,
was
keep
on
going on the
once.
list. Who else has been on?
You know what it is? You want to know who's been on? The people with the closest proximity to this studio.
That's true.
That's pretty much who's been on.
The yarn lady. It's a joke just for Tell 'em Steve Dave listeners.
Yeah. But Frank, when I entered Tell 'em Steve Dave, by the way, you know when I started being involved? 10 years ago.
Really?
Can you believe that? Summer of 2016.
Oh my God, that's wild.
That was
It's a
Gramercy.
long time.
And when I first started getting involved, one of the nicest people to me, possibly the nicest, was Frank 5.
I thought you were going to say my wife.
She was also nice. You guys were kind of tied, actually, as a
Yeah.
couple. But really, you were one of the nicest people to me when I came in.
Oh, thank you.
Of course,
I appreciate
man.
that.
No, it's great. I
we,
appreciate.
we like you very much too.
Hey, good.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
glad. Brad and I have gone up to visit Frank and Mary,
Yes.
and we went out to. What did we go out to eat?
Where did we go or what?
Yeah,
did we
where did
eat?
we go?
It was called Tavalos. Was
Yes.
the restaurant.
Yeah, that's right.
You ate some riggies?
Yeah, chicken
Chicken
riggies
Yep.
which,
Yep.
and greens, which
Yes.
are staples from where I'm from.
And I'll tell this really funny story. Frank and Mary one time came to Rhode Island to see a live show with us.
Yes.
And Frank's like, I'm bringing you a special thing. I'm bringing you something you've never tried before. It's a staple here. And he's like, and he comes to my house and he has this big pizza box. He goes, this is called tomato pie. And he opens it. And it's the exact same thing as Rhode Island's pizza strips. Like identical. It's almost like we put 2 boxes next to each other and switched them around. You wouldn't be able to tell which
Nope.
is which.
Right.
But I love that.
He threw it out the window. He's like, I had this before. I don't need this from
Yeah. No, it's one of my favorite things. And yours was great. The specific one you brought was awesome.
you. Yeah.
Very, very good. And that was the time also that, if you recall, we rented electric bikes.
Which I loved. I loved it.
It was awesome. There's a park called Colt State Park in Bristol. We rented electric bikes right there. There's a bike path that goes through the park. Me and Frank are whizzing through the grass. We're going off jumps. We're going on loop-to-loop. Mary, Frank's wife, She could not handle it. She fell down and hurt her leg severely. I felt terrible about that.
Well, she's not very athletic. The fact that she's 50 and couldn't ride a bike, I think there's other issues too.
I did feel she was in good spirits still.
Yeah.
She really was. She was cool about it.
Despite the road rash.
Yeah. She wasn't wearing her chaps. That's what it was.
Yeah.
She wasn't wearing her leather jacket. Yeah, that was a great time. But Frank's on the show today. So glad you came on, man. We appreciate it. We're filling up the whole roster of Tell 'em Steve Dave people.
Yes.
Even Nichelle has been on.
Oh, great. Okay.
Hey, you're beating a few people. You're beating Quinn. That's pretty
Well,
good.
come on. Who else? All right, who else am I beating then?
Well,
Yeah, that's it.
Let's see. Tom has been on. Johnny Law has been on. Maybe you could be on next year's Christmas episode.
that'd be fun.
Whatever.
That'd be.
Yeah,
I will
I'll wait for the phone call.
I will say there was an episode we wanted you on because we wanted to do a part of Funbearable that's called Dude Let's Beat, where we just play through video games together.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I would like that.
And there's a terrible game called Holidays, Daze, where you play as Santa, and it's a platformer for Super Nintendo.
Okay.
And I was like, I'd love for Frank to come on and for all of us to beat that game for a Christmas episode. So maybe next year, maybe we'll do it.
All
Could be.
You let me know.
So today, Frank doesn't know this, but he's on a very special episode.
That's correct.
This is our Valentine's Day episode.
Okay.
And so we had all of our listeners write in for love, sex, and relationship advice.
From us?
Yeah.
This is special.
And Dr. Frank Five is in the building.
Oh, God.
And he has a lot to say.
Yeah.
That's what I know.
I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know if it'll be helpful, but I'll have a lot to say.
That's true. All right, let's see. What do we got, Brad?
All right. First email. We solicited some audio emails. We were going to do a similar episode last year and got weathered out.
Yes, that's
and
right.
So this is from Jeremy. And
First question.
It's audio, so I'm going to play it, and we'll go from there.
All of them are emails besides this one.
Hello, gentlemen. Happy Valentine's Day. I love all you guys so much. This is Jeremy, and I'm from what will be the 51st state eventually of the United States, the Great White North up here. I actually have it is a question. It's just, as I've gotten older, I'm still single. I've been doing a lot of online dating here and there, and I found that a lot of my matches are now women who have their own kids, and that's something that has always made me even more nervous than meeting the woman herself. I was curious if you guys had any advice on how to get past that in my own head and try to move forward in some of these relationships. A lot of times I just either I swipe left to say like, well, I don't know if I would be,
This
a
is
good
so
partner when
sincere.
it comes to being like a father figure or anything. I mean, they're right there. I'm jumping ahead of myself, but anyway, I was wondering if you guys had any advice on how to navigate those waters. Dating someone who already has kids, who's already been married. Any advice would be great. Yeah, that's it. Well, thank you very much, guys. Love the show so much. Just so you know, I was the one who wrote a little while ago about eating a whole bunch of hot dogs. I'd just like to let you know that I haven't had a hot dog since that July 1st email that I sent last year. And the goal is to hit no hot dogs for a whole calendar year. And if that happens, I'll write to you in July 2025. And then you guys will probably hear all about it sometime in mid-2026. When at that time, you guys will, say it with me, crack that sack.
Ooh. Don't laugh at your own joke, Jeremy.
All right, guys. Happy Valentine's Day. And thank you for being Funbearable. Take care.
All right, so Frank, to fill you in.
All right, Frank Five, on our comedy podcast, answer this love question.
Well, so one of the running jokes is that Brad eats a lot of hot dogs, so we get a lot of hot dog related emails.
Okay.
And Crack That Sack is usually how we open our mail sack episodes. But this is a special one.
Yep.
Okay.
Valentine's Day. So we always go, crack that sack, and then we go into our emails.
I mean, not both of us do it. Just one of us.
Just
does
Just
it.
one at a time. Okay.
Name Chuck. That was a very sincere question.
Yeah. This is like,
Frank's on the spot.
yeah. Oh, so you want me to come up with something to tell this poor guy?
All of us. We're going to just
All right,
kind of
good.
weigh in. We're going to
Good.
weigh in. So I guess here's my take. And you guys can tell me if you agree with this. I think you shouldn't get ahead of yourself. I think that if you seem like, oh, like this person has the same interest as me, you're swiping left or you're swiping right on them on a dating app, maybe you guys do connect, or maybe you don't like that deeply, and then, you don't count out a person you might connect with, and you can kind of play it slow and see what happens. And if she's responsible, won't she not introduce you to her kids until she's
hope.
like very serious?
Eventually.
Yeah.
So I think just go for it. Let the cards fall, unless you're 100% sure you don't want to be a dad. If you're 100% sure you don't want to be a dad whatsoever, then I'd say, that's not probably smart. However, if you don't know or you're open, let it fly and see what happens.
Did he say how old he was?
I think he said in his 40s.
Yeah.
The problem is that as we get older, you're not going to find many women who haven't been in a relationship before and
Yep.
who don't have children.
Oh, I know.
That's right.
And you just have to maybe make peace with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think you're 100% right. I mean, like I said, if you don't want to be a dad whatsoever, maybe it's not smart. But if there's even a little inkling that you might want to be,
Right.
then I think you have to go. What do you think, Brad?
I agree. I think it's you're treating people the way you want to be treated, and that's adults and youths.
Yeah.
And so the idea of I'm going into this relationship, I'm going to go out with this woman several times over the course of several months, and then meet the kids.
Yeah.
Be nice to the kids. Be the parental figure that you wish you had.
Ooh.
Or that the best you can be, and
know
go
what?
from there.
I think this. What if the person has a very young kid? You might be able to sway that kid into being like another you. You might be able to
Wow,
raise this
Frank,
kid.
Frank 6.
We don't need any more Franks, trust me. You mean like as soon as they walk through the door, just be like, Daddy's home.
Yeah.
I haven't met the kid yet. Daddy's home.
Yeah, you could take over. That's pretty good.
You could.
If you know what, if you're very power hungry, Jeremy, maybe this is the way to go.
He sounds very power hungry and lack of hot dogs. I think there's an element, like obviously every situation is going to be different because
Yeah.
there's going to be what's the co-parent situation.
Yeah.
What is the parent who is not in your picture? Are they in the kid's life? How much influence are you going to have?
Sure.
And how important is it? As Chuck said, if you are, sure that you don't want to be a parent at all ever, then swipe left. But if you're like, oh, maybe, and it depends on the situation where
Yeah.
it's weird because I don't want to use the phrase shoplift the pootie, which was in Jerry Maguire, which
Jesus
I
Christ.
think was about being nice to the kids so you can date the mom.
Oh.
I think. It's been a while since I've seen Jerry Maguire, but I remember that expression.
That's not bad.
It's. I guess it's a way of you want to look at these people as people and
Yeah.
not just what can I gain from them and what can I
Wow.
give to them.
He's almost like he's selling himself short. Like you,
Yeah.
because you are making this decision of, they have kids, I don't want to be involved with that. You might be, tossing aside something that's going to be wonderful
Yeah.
in the
Right.
future.
Exactly. That's the thing. Or there's a couple options.
Oh, boy.
One, change those dating age sliders to like 21 to 27. There you go. That's
Yep.
one of them. Or realistically, whatever you think is appropriate.
Okay.
And kind of put more parameters on it. Or put a fake picture of you that's more handsome.
Johnny Law, Frank
Then-
5.
Yep. Frank 5.
Yeah,
Yep.
you know,
Then when you show up at the door, she's going to be like, "Who's this guy? This
Yep.
is not the guy I saw. He's way uglier." Brad's using Frank Five's picture.
Yep.
Brad shows up.
Yep.
Immediately have a gift for the kid and say hi to the kid first, and then appeal to the kid, and so you get in with this way hotter woman than you possibly could get by using the kid.
I think you're shoplifting the pootie.
I think so.
In that instance.
So there's a lot of positives here.
Can you? I mean, it's
I'm
been
not
a
really
while.
sure how that's positive.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been on a dating app in like maybe 2 years. Is there anything that you could put on there that says you don't want kids so that you don't get those
Yes.
filters?
Yeah.
Oh, well, no, he's talking about like, can you actually block the people that do have kids?
I think it's weird because it'll, depending on the app, maybe it'll show you everyone who doesn't have kids, and then you run out of people to swipe on, depending on where you live.
Gotcha.
And then it'll say, well, these people meet most of your requirements.
Okay.
And so then it's, this one isn't this age that I'm looking for. This one isn't, this one has kids and I'm not looking for kids and things like that. So the apps are personalizable to a point.
Yeah.
Maybe
They're
you just-
also hell is what they
Is
are.
it? Okay.
Yeah, I hate them.
I will say this too. If you get her to like you enough, maybe you push her to get rid of the kid.
All right, yeah.
And you're
Yeah,
just
that's
like,
a good one, yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're like,
float it down the Nile.
yeah. You could be like, so many people out there wish they could have kids. They
yeah.
want to adopt.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe a better family, maybe a better mother than you
Yes.
could raise these
Yeah,
kids. You could
definitely
say
bring
that.
it up, yeah.
some 10-year-old. Hey, you're going to go live over here now. Bye.
Yeah.
It's a real Harry Potter situation.
Yeah.
He's living he's living
He's
with
under
the
the
uncle.
stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a couple ways it could benefit.
I know you are joking, but it's weird because there are parents who had a kid young and feel like they missed out on things and are bad parents and probably would benefit from being with someone who wants them around. But yikes.
Bringing that up you can't bring that
Sure
up
is.
until date number 2.
Yeah,
At
no.
least. At least. When she starts paying for her own meals. That's when you
Yeah,
start
that's
bringing it up.
that's the 3-date theory is when you tell them if they're a fit parent.
And suggest giving up their
Giving up
child.
their child.
No, I like that. I think that makes a lot of sense.
I don't.
So good question, Jeremy. That was great.
Jeremy, it's weird because I feel like that question came in a year ago.
Yes.
And so perhaps Jeremy's dating fortunes have changed. Perhaps he's the best stepdad in Canada right now.
Jeremy wrote back this Valentine's Day
Wow.
and asked the same question.
Okay.
And I said, we're keeping your voice note from last year, so
Okay.
we're going to use it.
Yeah.
So Jeremy is still out there in the high seas, the choppy seas of dating.
Okay.
You know what?
I thought you
have-
referred to Canada as
And
the
I
high
absolutely
seas.
love Canada. I
Yeah.
love it. In fact, I was going to wear my Montreal sweatshirt today. He should just go to Montreal. Everybody there is hot.
Yeah?
Go
Oh.
find a woman there.
All French, too?
For the most part.
That's sexy.
It's weird.
Yes.
I'm
French
in
accent.
my late 40s, and I have a friend who also in his late 40s, but for a while he was roommates with a conventionally attractive woman in her 20s. And she married a guy in his late 40s.
Wow.
20-year age difference.
Wow.
And I'm like, how does that happen? And he's like, they are both ultra right-wing.
Oh, political. You can
Yeah.
use your politics.
Yep. And I'm like, is it worth it to sell out the country?
Well, I'm sure that, some people do have I'm interested in an older guy.
Yep.
Especially probably if you find someone, let's say you find someone who's 29, 30. I mean, that's not crazy.
Yeah.
You're mid 40s, by the way.
Yeah.
You're not late 40s.
Yeah,
He's
it's-
46.
Nope, 47.
Oh, yeah.
I missed the last one.
And
Late 40s.
sliding down the hill towards oblivion.
That was a good question, though.
Yep. All right, I think we have another voice note ready.
We do have another voice note.
All right, give me banter while I find it.
So, Frank,
I can't help but feel we just did some good.
I think so.
I really do.
Yeah, right?
Basically, you told him to get rid of the kid. I told him to move probably to another city that's not even near his city.
Yeah. Some good suggestions in there.
I think so.
Very realistic.
Yep. All
Take
right.
that, Dr. Laura.
Yeah.
This is from our number one fun bear, Sabrina, she lives in Germany. So, wow, a real international flavor to the first two voice notes here.
She's like our number one fan. She loves the show. She's very sweet. She sends us great Christmas. She made little action figures of us this Christmas.
Really?
Yeah.
They're amazing.
It's good stuff.
Hey guys, this is Sabrina. I actually don't have a question. I just wanted to thank you, Brad, Chuck, and Ray, for this awesome podcast and for the wonderful community you've created, the Funbears. It makes so much fun and it's absolutely great. So thank you very much, and please keep on doing this because it's my absolutely highlight on a Wednesday. Thanks.
That's very sweet.
Very sweet.
Go Sabrina.
Yep.
Sabrina knows how to date.
She does.
I think Sabrina knows how to get down. If you want to know the truth, we had some talks on the cruise.
Oh yeah, she was on the cruise where you met your totally real and not at all imaginary girlfriend Natalie,
That's true.
and so you connected with on the Impractical Jokers cruise. I couldn't remember which cruise it was,
It was that.
and I'm like, if I keep talking, it's gonna come back to me, and it did.
By the way, Frank, you going to Key West?
I am going to Key West.
Really?
Absolutely. You didn't know that?
I didn't
Seriously?
know.
Yeah, we're going down. You're going to be there, right?
We're gonna be there. Johnny Law, Jimmy.
So wait, everybody that's been on your show before me is going to be there. Go ahead. Who else?
Brian the show.
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah, exactly. No, that was really nice to get that voice note from
Yes.
Sabrina. She's awesome.
She's a good egg. All right, this is not a voice note. This is an email. Subject line is Brad the Love Doctor, and it's from Nicholas. Hi, it's your fun bear Nick from the Wannabes podcast. Was wondering what Brad thinks about the rap game and how it correlates to love and sexual lyrics. I know Brad is a huge rap guy, so I was wondering what his thoughts and how he uses rap to talk to the ladies. Thank you, and let's go!
All right, Nick Gould is a great guy. I appreciate the wannabes. I have no idea what that email means.
When they first started to talk about rap, I thought he meant condoms.
Wow.
Honestly, that's where my mind went.
No.
Are
no,
you a
I
rap
hate-
fan?
I hate that game.
Raw dog or nothing.
That's terrible. I think I'll more generalize because I know Nick's joking with the idea of me knowing anything about rap.
I don't get it, but Nick's a great guy.
I think about music and like its power to connect and or seduce in this case. When I was in college in the late 90s, one of my friends told me that Dave Matthews is the perfect makeout music. But I don't know if it's true because I've never had Dave Matthews to make out by.
Wow.
And so is there...
Crash Into Me could be pretty...
Yep.
That's a...
I feel like Dave Matthews is more of like a roller skating rink
Okay.
type of band.
like
Not so
that.
much making out.
I think the other song I've heard as a makeout song is "Fade Into You." I want to say Mazzy Star.
Oh, yeah.
It's in the movie Angus. Great movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
And I think of that, but it's weird because I also like when people are like, "Oh, my sex playlist." Whenever they ask like, "What's on it?" I default to jokes where I'm like, "Oh, White Christmas, of course." It really gets me going. It's just White Christmas and
Santa
then
Claus is coming.
It's White Christmas 4 times in a row, and then the Star Spangled Banner, and that's it.
What about Two Live Crew? Maybe that's what he's talking
Face
about.
down, ass up.
Yeah.
That's the way we like to fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's weird, I think about D'Angelo and all these sexy R&B songs, and I'm like,
D'Angelo? What the
Yeah.
hell year is that from?
it's from the sandwich place. That's what gets
my
me
God.
going.
That's a New England joke about a D'Angelo sandwich
probably
chain.
mid 90s to early 2000s.
All right, D'Angelo.
And like the idea of sexy schmoove music and how it's just not a part of my life and not a part of who I am, which I think is what Nick was like joking about, the idea of like sexy songs.
I think the answer is Two Live Crew though. You got to get something crazy and sexy.
Really?
right?
You don't think it's like Al Green, like Let's Get It On? Or Barry
Oh,
White?
that sounds pretty good, right? That's not
a good
bad.
one.
That's a groove, right? That's kind of a little bit more like,
Yep.
hey, right?
Just like it, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
That's the name of an Al Green album.
Yeah.
Hey, it's spelled very onomatopoeically.
yeah.
When you get busy, are you playing music?
I someone asked this question in emails, so let's talk about it. I don't like it because I
You
start
need to concentrate.
because I start going with the song,
If
whatever
it hadn't
it
been
is.
for Cotton Eye Joe, I'd been there.
He's all done. Star Spangled Banner.
I feel like I start going with the song.
Okay.
And I start kind of, treating it like dancing.
Yep.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's fun.
I mean, if it's turned way down and it's just like noise, but I will say my girlfriend watches The Simpsons on all the time. We have Simpsons on all the time. Like she goes to sleep to The Simpsons background. I can't have The Simpsons on because I laugh. and I'm listening, sort of, and I'm like, oh, I haven't watched this one in a long time, and my mind is elsewhere.
Yeah.
How about you, Franklin?
I never did that. But you know what? There was a girl that I used to go out with, and it seemed like whenever we were ready to do anything, the Dick Van Dyke Show was on in the background. So if you know the theme song to the Dick Van Dyke Show, I can't listen to that anymore.
Frank's tripping over
Yeah, an ottoman as I fall into her.
That's a bad one.
That's a
not
bad
a good
one.
one.
Thankfully, it doesn't come up very often.
Yeah.
That's great.
I like the idea. You know, you're at the doctor's office and you're like, it's big, and then the music starts playing. You're like, stop it,
Stop it.
No. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Doc. It's not normally like this.
Yeah, it becomes what's that bell? Schrodinger?
Pavlov.
Pavlov's dog,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what it becomes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Nick, sorry I don't know more about sexy music /
true.
rap.
Yeah,
NWA.
yeah.
All right, let's see here. Eric sent in. Just saw you were having Frank 5 on for this episode. He is my favorite TESD guest.
Another low standards.
My question is for him.
Oh, wow.
What's your biggest key to a successful marriage? Great question.
How long have you been married?
25 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
great.
crazy.
We got married July 1st of the year 2000. July 1st because it's Canada Day.
Really?
Yep. And
You love Canada.
I love Canada.
Yeah.
I love it. And year 2000, which makes it nice because all I have to know is what year it is,
Yep.
and I know how many years I've been married.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's probably why.
Very
She was
helpful.
like, should we push it to 2001? You're
I
like,
was
no.
I love you too much. Let's do it now.
How'd you guys meet?
It was funny. We both worked in an office building.
Okay.
And I worked in the mailroom of that office building, and I used to see her all the time,
Yep.
and I liked her.
Yep.
And I would take my little mail cart, and I would just go and hang out at her floor
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and just wait for her to come out, even though I had no deliveries ever on her floor.
Yep.
And here's the funny thing. You know how people like say this and it's all sappy and everything? I remember I was with a friend of mine at the office building. We were looking out the window, and Mary was out getting lunch with one of her friends. And I turned to the girl. This was before I even talked to Mary. And I turned to my friend and I said to her, see that girl right down there? That's the girl I'm going to marry.
Wow.
I swear to God that this is
Called her
100%
shot.
true.
That's crazy.
It's absolutely true.
And this is before you were even dating.
I didn't even talk to her. Didn't even
Wow.
ask her. I didn't know anything about her. I used to just see her around the building.
Wow.
And then I remember finally got the nerve up. I said, I'm going to ask this girl out.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the reason I asked her out was so funny. I was going to school to be a teacher, and we had to take a licensing exam in New York State to become a certified teacher. I left my job to go home for lunch, and I saw that I passed my teaching exam. And in
Nice.
typical negative Frank fashion, I was like, you know what? I'm feeling really good about myself because I passed the exam. I'm going to go ask that girl out because if she says no, I'm still going to feel good because I passed this exam.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I went and
That's pretty good.
I got a little shirt and tie on and everything. And I
Wow.
went back to the office building and I waited in the parking lot for her. Let me know when it gets stalky. I'm waiting in the parking lot for her.
It's been there.
Right there. It's been there. It's been a while. And we walked into the building together, and I said to her, hey, would you like to go to a movie or something sometime? And she said yes. And I was so surprised. I said, you would? And she looked at me and she goes, yeah, why? What's wrong with you? And I was like, oh, nothing. So yeah, that's how we met.
What movie did you go see?
Hope Floats.
Oh, all right.
There you go.
Still remember it.
Yeah.
We did miniature golf, Hope Floats. We went to the beach, and then we went out to eat. That was the most we've ever done since then. We haven't done anything like that since.
We've been tired since
Oh,
then.
it was a marathon date. Yep.
That's a good date.
It was a good date.
That's a lot of stuff. That's
There's
a
a lot
long
to live
date.
up to.
Yeah.
Hey, that's true. It's a long time. How long was that date, you think? Like hours and hours.
It was. It was really long. And we dated like 2 years before we got married. So I've been with her like 27 years now.
So this was in like 98-ish, somewhere in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. So your dating anniversary is 30 years. It's from 2 years from now.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
That's crazy, man. So. What are your tips for a successful marriage? Because that's a lot.
Yeah,
And
alcohol.
you're not. Frank's not an old guy, so that's crazy.
I feel old. 52. Early 50s.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess like
you know what? Really late 40s.
really, really late
late.
40s.
Yeah. Geriatric 40s.
I look at the pictures of what I looked like when we were first dating as opposed to what I look like now. And I was like, oh my God, where is that young, full of life, happy guy?
Yeah.
He's gone.
It's all
beaten
those
down
years of teaching that'll do
Oh,
it.
that's what did it. That's part of it. I guess the biggest advice, honestly, is being honest.
Yeah.
Being honest. I mean, Mary and I, we are very, very honest with each other, sometimes almost to a fault.
Yeah, right.
But really, that's, I think, like kind of like our best quality is that we can be honest with each other about stuff.
Yeah, communication.
Communication. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We talk constantly. I remember we went on a cruise once, Mary and I, and we were with my brother-in-law and his wife and everything. And Mary and I, we were sitting like at Johnny Rockets eating, and we were talking. And my brother-in-law like came up to us afterwards, and he was like, "You guys talked for like 45 minutes. What could you possibly have to say to each other for 45 minutes?"
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
these chili cheese fries are really good.
These are
yeah,
really good.
I love chili cheese
These
fries.
are great. Pull my finger.
Yeah, you guys do seem like you're also best friends.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
never stop talking. You guys always talk when we're hanging out.
Well, you know what's funny? You know how they say that you marry your best friend? It's really because there's nobody else left afterwards. So it's kind of like by default she becomes your best friend. But like I still go and do stuff. Like I'm here alone.
Yeah.
We're going to a football Super Bowl party after this. I
Yeah.
mean, I still have my time and she still has her time.
Yeah, that's great. I think that's a key too.
Yeah.
I think if you rely on your partner 100 to be your life 100%, it's probably not healthy.
No, it's not healthy.
You know what I mean? That's great advice though. Communication as a key.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
25 years.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
That's crazy.
That's right.
That's great, man.
If it was murder, I'd be out by now, right? That's what they say.
That's funny.
You know, I've only known Chuck for like 18 years, so that's
Wow.
We're getting there.
yeah.
When do you guys celebrate your anniversary?
That's great.
Let's see here. But yeah, thank you, Eric.
Yeah, great question.
This one is from Jenna. When you're moving in with a significant other for the first time, there's a lot of opportunity for disagreements on space, decor, etc. How do you handle these disagreements?
Oh, that's pretty good. I just went through this. Natalie and I just moved in.
Yeah.
What are you going to say?
I was going to say, Rosie, my cat, just does whatever she wants, and I let her. So that's what I found works.
Yeah, and she also has made Brad redecorate the apartment
She
pretty
has.
severely.
Yes.
I just moved in with Natalie, who, we met about 2 years ago. We were long distance for a year, and that was really crazy. During that time, we made a pledge to see each other every other weekend, even though she lived in Colorado and I lived on the East Coast. So she would come out one weekend, 2 weeks later, I'd go out, and we just did that for the entire time, and we never broke it. It was crazy to do that. And I was also going back and forth between New York and Rhode Island. So we got really close. I think that made us kind of like, I always think about this. It made us closer because we had to rely on phone conversations so much instead of seeing each other in person. So if you see someone in person, you can kind of like fill it with other things. You're going on dates, you're doing different things.
Right.
But if you're like, we're just going to talk on the phone for 6 hours, it forces you to get a little bit more honest. So I feel like we had a really good handle on each other by the time we moved in.
Right.
So Natalie moved here in May. Now it's February. And so she's been with me living together for, 9 months.
Yep.
That's crazy. That seems like she just moved here still.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of stuff that we had to figure out in terms of furniture, decor, how it's going to be.
Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, that's part of it.
That's most of it, I think.
Luckily, she wasn't too attached to her furniture. She's like, this is old. Let's keep your furniture, which made it easier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't really have a stake in like, oh, her couch is better. I'd be like, let's keep that couch.
Yeah.
I wouldn't care at all. But in the house, at one point, she was like, you're dominating the space. All your
Really?
stuff. Yeah. But it was so close to the time that we moved in that we just hadn't figured things out. Like, you move in and you just go, let's put this here for now.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's put this here for now.
Live with it for a little bit.
Yeah, so I'm like, Simpsons arcade machine. Put this over here for now, whatever it is. And so there was a little bit of back and forth about it. But eventually I was just like, I kind of had to be like, just take over half the space. whatever you do, whatever you want to do,
Yeah.
just put half of it in. And then, of course, I bought a 70-inch big screen TV. That was kind of she just came home and that was mounted to the wall.
Yeah.
So there were a couple surprises in there.
Yeah, of course.
Natalie, we don't have room for your family's pictures. I just bought a TV.
Yeah, exactly. They're in the garbage as she comes in. But I will say this. So I wanted a big record table for a record player with speakers and stuff, and it held to hold all my CDs, my records. I have 8 tracks. I collect old media like that. And we were looking at it online, and there was a big space in our kitchen. Our kitchen is really big. You've both been over my house. And I was like, I want to put this in there because there's so much room. And she's like, okay. And I showed her online, and I'm like, you want to get this? And she's like, okay. I got it, put it together, put all this stuff in it, loved it, looked at it. And I'm like, what do you think? And she goes, I don't like this in our kitchen. And I'm like, this is exactly what we talked about, though. She goes, yeah, I didn't want to let you down. And I'm like, so you're letting me down now after we bought it and I built it?
Yep.
And so you're going to have moments like that. But I think the idea of just being like, let's try to set it up half and half and see how we feel.
Yeah.
And then maybe make some compromises here and there on both sides. I will say there's an artist I love called T Stout. His name is Tyler, it's Tyler Stout. And he makes these incredible alternative movie posters. And he made one for Halloween. And I'm like, let's put this in the living room. And she's like, you want to put a poster of the movie Halloween in our living room? And I'm like, yeah, I think so. And she kind of was like, fine. And she let me do that. And that was her compromising.
Well, and
so I appreciate it.
I think also she's upset that your sexy time playlist is the Halloween theme.
It's not just that. It's also quotes from the movie.
Yep.
It's like, get him. He has eyes like a shark. Black eyes. But I think compromise is the key. So when did you guys move in together? Right after getting married?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
how was that?
It was pretty good. I think for the most part because I just really don't care about anything with the house. And all my stuff that I consider to be good went into a basement.
Yeah.
Which you both have been to my house.
It's an amazing basement, though.
Yeah.
You guys have a crazy basement that's 300 yards long and 40 yards wide.
Well, it's funny, something that you just absolutely loved and cherished. One of my favorite movies is the 1955 movie Marty, starring Ernest Borgnine.
Yes.
Okay.
Love it. I have an original movie poster where on the back of it, there are all the different stamps of all the different theaters that I've been to, because that's what they used to do in the old days. They would send the poster along with the films.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I spent all this money to have it framed, and I loved it and everything, and hung it up prominently in the house, and she's like, yeah, this is nice for the basement, I think.
Yeah.
And it went right downstairs.
Yeah, you have a great setup down there, though. That's awesome.
Because it's all my stuff. It's all cool stuff. That's why.
Yeah. The upstairs is nice. The basement is cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I think that's it.
Yeah, I think it's, the idea of one of the things that frustrates me is seeing friends get into relationships where it's the man gets one small area of the house to decorate.
Yeah.
And I do not like the phrase man cave. I dislike it. Take that, Funbears.
Yeah.
Because it's a shared space for both of you, and it should reflect that. Even if some of the stuff is Ninja Turtles and some of the stuff is Bob's Burgers.
Yeah, true.
Same with my basement. I mean, it's a shared space too. I mean, that's where the washer and dryer is. So, a little bit of Mary's stuff is down there.
All right, this one is from Peter. Hey guys, just wanted to ask you, who taught you about sex? And I don't know if Peter is like, hey, well, you guys are so dumb. Who taught you about sex? Or if it's a legitimate question from Peter, I'd like to answer it as a legitimate question.
Okay.
8th grade, Mr. Weiss was the gym teacher who taught sex ed for 6 weeks. And he was married to Mrs. Weiss, the principal of the school. Ooh. And so, day one, he's like, look, I'm not going to answer personal questions. Don't ask me what is sex like with Mrs. Weiss. And, we're in 8th grade and we all giggle. And, here's the box you can write anonymous questions in. I want everybody to put in at least 2 questions. Don't sign it. We'll go through it and answer your questions throughout the 6-week term of human sexuality. He's like, this isn't sex ed. We're not teaching you how to have sex. We're teaching you about sexuality. And,
That's a weird distinction. right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a really weird distinction.
Well, speaking of really weird, I remember like working on my questions to put in the thing, and I'm like, I'm going to ask about pubic hair. And I'm going to ask if one man has more pubic hair than another, does that make either one of them more of a man?
that is an insane question.
Wow.
And then the point was to be an insane question.
Oh, okay,
Like,
all right.
like I definitely wanted it for comedy. I
Yeah,
didn't
okay.
care about the answer. And Mr. Weiss, he pulls it up, he reads it, he chuckles, and he's like, in all my years teaching, I've never had a question about pubic hair. And I'm like, how is that possible? But also, we're in 8th grade, so
Yeah.
12, 13, 14, kind of in there. And there were people like, why does sex hurt? And I'm like, we're in 8th grade. Nobody
Jesus
should
Christ.
know how it feels.
What did Mr. Weiss say?
He talked about lubrication and things like that because he's there to answer questions and not pass judgment. But boy, oh boy, was 8th grade Brad passing judgment. I'm like, which girl asked that question?
Yeah, you're fixing your bow tie.
Yeah. So mine was 8th. I never had a birds and the bees talks with my parents. It was like 5th grade. All the boys went to Mr. Shevik's class and watched a video about like childbirth or something, your changing body. And then 8th grade, Mr. Weiss, human sexuality. Beyond that, Chuck has told me everything I need to know. A lot of drawings, but all the women are busty mice when Chuck draws them. So that's my answer to Peter's either sincere or joking question.
That's so Frank doesn't know. This is true. When I was like in 8th grade, I used to draw pictures of myself as a mouse, hanging out with like girl mice that had huge boobs and they were naked, and it was absolutely insane.
Why?
Well, to explain it a little bit more and give more context, I used to draw me and my friends as like characters, like from like Disney movies. You know what I mean? Like think of Robin Hood, and Robin Hood's a fox, and Maid Marian's a fox, and Friar Tuck is like a weasel, whatever the hell. The king is a lion. And so I would draw my friends as characters, and I drew myself as a mouse. And that went on for a little while, and it was very innocent. Then I continued to draw myself as a mouse in these sexual situations with other mice, which I know is batshit crazy.
Yeah.
I
We're
know.
getting there.
Yeah,
It's getting there.
I know. So that's insane. I get it.
Yeah. Hello, Gadget. Was that her name?
Gadget from Chippendales
Yeah.
Rescue Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Girl mouse.
Yep. No. So. I know.
What did
I
you
know.
do to Gadget?
I had a gadget.
Yeah.
So, for me, I already told the story on the show, but when I was in health class, I really misunderstood what happened, and I thought your testicles came out of your urethra when you were having sex, and it inseminated the eggs, which scared me. But that wasn't the first time I heard about sex. My mom gave me the talk, and it was kind of rough, but it was very technical. It was very technical words, and so it felt very dry. And then my dad also tried to do it, and I'm like, please don't do this. I'm like, I already went through this with Mom. For the love of God, I don't want to live with this again.
Yep.
So it was my parents pretty much. And then in school, it kind of helped and also hurt. It confused me.
I would love a Patreon episode where it's your parents giving the birds and the bees talks to the Funbears.
You have to sit there and watch it.
Yeah. That would be insane.
Yeah.
Frank?
I had a friend
Yeah.
who,
Yep.
no, it was a guy friend
Yep.
who told me that sex was like push-ups. That was the extent of my sex talk. And I am not kidding you. No, I didn't have anything at school. My parents never gave me any talk. That was it.
Wow.
So thank you, Cinemax,
Yeah,
because
exactly.
that's where I really started to learn. But
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I feel like I must have learned it from actual. It's weird too because I was 8th grade. I was 12. That's 1996. So like there wasn't like internet pornography.
Right.
I must have been finding I must have been having magazines
Yeah.
or VHS tapes or something bizarre. But that probably gave me my actual understanding.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Of what happens to the urethra.
as your balls come out of it.
I really thought
I
that.
didn't see that on Lady Chatterley's Lovers.
And I was terrified of that. I was like, how could
should
this
be.
possibly happen?
Yeah.
I hated the idea. But yeah, it probably was eventually some kind of pornography.
Yeah.
It's got to be that. Something like
Also,
that.
the idea it's like push-ups. It's like
Yeah. And I didn't even do any follow-up. It was like, all right.
Cool.
You're like, oh man, it sounds laborious.
Yeah. I only do 2 push-ups. What good am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And that was a pretty good metaphor about
Yeah.
your first accent.
Yeah, it was. That was metaphor for my honeymoon.
Yeah.
She had the lowest of expectations and was still disappointed.
I like the idea that he's like, it's like push-ups, and you're like, all right, is it my turn to play Space Invaders?
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, thank you for the question, Peter.
Don't we have one about dogs?
Oh yeah.
I'm interested. It's the opposite of R-rated. This is like
This
G-rated.
is from Chad. Hi, fun boys. Need an opinion on something that happened recently. I was walking my dog and came to an old lady with her dog down the street from my house. The dogs sniffed each other, and I anticipated talking pleasantries with a neighbor I'd never spoken to before. But the second sentence out of her mouth was, "It looks like there's a budding romance between our dogs." I was caught off guard but laughed it off and continued talking pleasantries, but she brought it up 2 to 3 more times during the conversation. I eventually felt weird and broke it off to continue on our dog walk. The very next day, I was walking my dog, and there she was down the street from my house. I was hoping/wanting to say hello and walk by, but she stopped me immediately with, "My Shania," her dog's name, "watched your dog walk all the way home yesterday. She's in love." I did not know what to say to this and tried to slip away. We were heading in different directions, so I thought I'd be okay, but instead of continuing to go her way, she turned around with the excuse, "I didn't want Shania to walk long, so we'll turn around." Then went back into talking about the dog's budding romance. My dog and I continued our walk in the opposite direction of her, and I tried to get the weirdness out of my head. However, as we came around the corner, there was the old lady and Shania in front of my house. She said Shania really wanted to see him again and made me come back. It must be a true romance.
Wow.
This is sick.
Coming back meant the opposite direction of where she was headed and when I had last left her. I gave her some BS about my dog needing to eat and headed quickly inside. So do I skip taking my dog for a walk until she dies or give in to let romance blossom?
Wow, he has a
Chad.
dog stalker.
A dog stalker. Shania looked out the window and said, "That's the dog I'm going to marry."
Yes.
Exactly.
Oh, Shania, run the other way.
That's a weird one.
It is a weird, it's because there's so much loneliness and this woman is crying out for help.
I think the woman is living vicariously through her dog.
Yeah.
Which is
but
very
not
sad and
necessarily
weird.
for a romance with Chad, although maybe.
Right.
But just a connection with another human being, and the easiest way to ask for that connection is by phrasing it through the dog. If you'll allow me a second here, in the books Dungeon Crawler Carl, the cat has a pet dinosaur, of course, and often will state her feelings through the dinosaur. Mongo is appalled or whatever. Mongo hates when you do this. That's what's going on here with this woman and her dog, Shania.
She's looking for love, and she's like,
I think she's looking for connection, not
Okay.
necessarily romance. Maybe romance, although, Chad, you could hit it.
yeah,
That's
give her a
it.
poke.
Yeah, give her a poke and a prod.
Yeah.
Older the berry, sweeter the juice.
Jesus.
I don't know how botanically accurate that is.
It's almost the opposite.
Yeah.
Have you heard of a raisin?
Hey, they can be sweet.
I guess it's true. Yeah, I think she's living vicariously through that dog.
Yeah.
I think I think she has nothing going on, I imagine.
Yep.
And she probably loves the dog. She probably has her dog as her main companion.
Yeah.
And so if she can connect to someone or something like a dog
Yep.
through her dog, it's probably a fun thing. It's probably the same as like you ever meet like a very old person, like my grandparents, they'll be so bored in their house that they'll be like, there's a basketball in front of our house. Whose basketball is that? We don't know whose basketball that is. What's up with that basketball?
Call
And I'm like-
police.
and I'm like, this is how bored you
Yep.
are? You're watching the basketball outside?
It's not moving.
I think this is the old woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
it sounds like it.
she's looking for something. She probably loves her pet. So she's using the pet. And she's
Yeah.
trying to enrich the pet's life, maybe.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
He could just be, be a good guy and just be like, you know what, maybe you're right. Why don't we go for a walk together? I mean, unless she's super weird.
Yeah.
You know, just
I
like,
mean,
hey-
she's definitely a little weird,
but
I
only
think
a little.
I think she's lonely.
Yeah.
And the idea of like, oh, maybe our dogs could have a play date, making it romantic. I mean, that I guess is the thing. But if you're like, oh, our dogs are friends, great.
Right.
But that's also a weird thing to say. Is like, I think our dogs are supposed to be best friends.
I will say, I think Frank's right. I think maybe because if you are like, hey, this is weird, what's going on?
Yeah.
If you guys go on a walk together with the two dogs, you'll probably find out what's going on.
Yeah.
You'll find out if she's looking for a connection, if she's romantically interested.
Right.
And plus,
She just wants to see dogs have sex.
Also possible.
yeah, that's true.
She's a nature documentarian.
She's licking her lips and rubbing her hands together. Also, I will say this. If you need someone to watch your dog once in a while and you get close to her, that's a pretty good
Yep.
that's a pretty good solution to that.
Yeah.
It's weird because I think about, dating a woman who has a pet and just being like, hey, I want to come over and see your cat or your dog or whatever. Where it's, I'm going over to see them, but I can phrase it in a way that is less about putting myself out there. And they can let me down much easier, which is what happens when they're like, oh, yeah, Freddie's sick. And I'm like, oh, great. But I was going to bring Freddie this cool treat that I got. But I guess I'll just get the peanut butter out of here on my own.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
No, that's an interesting one.
That's a fun one.
And a weird one.
Feels like we stretched that one to make it fit the Valentine's episode.
I don't know. Dogs can be in love.
could.
Apparently.
Yep.
Wasn't there one from Kevin on the Patreon?
Yep.
I think I screenshotted it and sent it over.
It was when having sex, this is from Kevin on Patreon. When having sex, do you use music or no music? And if music,
Okay.
which music do you use? Beethoven?
All right. So we kind of
That's,
answered that one.
we touched on it a little bit.
Okay, that's the one I remember.
This memory just came to me, and it's very embarrassing. 1,000 years ago, when pornography came via magazine form,
Yes.
I remember, first of all, thinking the letters were real at the beginning of every issue. But I remember somebody wrote in and was like, I used to listen to like sweet, soulful music, and I changed it to like our sex playlist is like Slayer and Gwar and this fast, driving hard rock music, and the sex has never been better. I don't know why this weird letter stayed in my brain for all these years. I don't know why I thought the letters were real. They were second best part of these porno mags.
Yeah. Fourth best part.
Yeah. Do you count it as a
best
unit
part.
or?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's obviously it depends what you and your partner like.
I will say this too. I didn't say this before. When I'm in a house with other people, I will put on something on the TV to drown out the noises, and I search specifically for something super boring so that it's not distracting during sex. Like I'll put on like a war documentary or like Downton Abbey, like something like that. That's not going to pull my attention at all. And I'm asleep halfway through.
Oh, God.
But I really did that.
I'm like, oh, Chuck subscribed to my YouTube series on the Roar family history. He's watching the first 4 minutes of every episode.
That's funny.
Yep.
All right, let's see.
It's a good question from Kevin. Thank you.
Yes, Kevin, thanks.
Let's see here. Hang on.
Yes. I love that we had a dog love question.
Hey guys, hope I'm not too late. I need some advice on my love life. After ending a marriage of 13 years with my spouse, I finally got back into the dating scene. I started seeing a girl who is in a nesting situation with her ex and child.
Nesting means you're co-parenting a kid even though you're not together and you live in the same house.
Okay.
I also have 2 children myself. However, she didn't tell me about this nesting situation until about 2 months of us dating. At first, this wasn't really a challenge until a cat came into the picture. She asked if I could hold onto the cat for her for a few weeks until she got everything situated. Then out of the blue, she tells me that she can't take the cat because she doesn't want her ex to feel bad knowing that the cat lived with me. I thought this was weird, and I didn't really see a problem with it. Eventually, I noticed that she was shutting her phone off or turning off her location when we spend time together. I asked her about it, and she said she doesn't want her ex to feel bad. We broke things off right after Christmas, but we're still seeing each other sexually and exclusively. I know I need to move on, but I still really care for this person, and she cares for me. But I really want someone who I can go to shitty little thrift stores with and enjoy life. I know this situation is completely messed up, but I was hoping I can confirm it through the Love Doctor and you guys. So the Love Doctor, Frank 5.
Yeah, of course.
You guys being us. That's from Mike.
That's a weird situation.
Yeah, I never understood people doing that.
No, not at all. I feel like the idea. I mean, is he stuck with a cat? That's part of the story, right?
I think he
sounds like
gets
it.
a cat.
I mean, it's
He's
pretty.
rewarded with a cat.
Well, it's weird because like the person he's dating used to have this cat.
Yep.
Now she doesn't. She loses a cat. He gains a cat. If they break up, he just has her cat.
Yep.
That's pretty weird. in
It's
the
his
first
cat
place.
now.
I don't love the idea of dating someone for 2 months and then she tells you she's living with her ex. That's kind of
Yep.
That's a red flag, I'd
Yeah.
say.
Well, they're not dating anymore. They're just hooking up. Knocking
Exclusively.
boots.
Exclusively.
All right.
That's what he said.
All right.
So that's a red flag. Turning off her location is a red flag because, like, what does that mean? Her ex is tracking her location all the
Right,
time?
yep.
That's really strange.
It sounds like she still has too much of a relationship with the ex.
That's what I think too. I think so for sure. I'm not saying that they're still romantically involved,
Right.
but they have some sort of codependent relationship that's unhealthy.
Yeah. Enmeshment.
Enmeshment?
They said it on the episode of Celebrity Rehab that we watched yesterday.
I was going to say it sounds familiar. But yeah, I mean, you got to get out of that, which is he seems like he's doing.
He's working on it, but it's weird because you still have that source of comfort.
Yes.
The P and V.
Yes. I know how it
Okay.
goes.
Okay.
Push-ups.
Yep.
I don't. I was,
The push-ups and then the alien.
Gotcha, all
3,
right.
Yeah. And it's hard to find someone else that you
Yeah.
trust and care about in the same way, especially if he still cares for this person as a person.
Yeah.
You want to spend time with them, but the only way that you're spending time together is vis-a-vis ugly bumping.
Yes.
don't you think? I mean, I don't know. Isn't the ultimate goal like to just find somebody that you care about and that you're
Right.
going to go to thrift stores with and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff? And
I'll also say this, Mike. Chuck will go to thrift stores with you.
Yes. Yes.
I will not. I hate it.
I love thrift stores,
Ugh.
especially shitty ones.
Ugh.
Continue, Frank.
no, but like I'm just saying, if that's what you ultimately want, it doesn't sound like you're going to get this
Yeah.
from this
Exactly.
woman.
No, exactly. It's tough too because, like, I will say after I got out of a relationship, my last one, I definitely was like, someday I know I'm going to want to find like the person I'm going to be with. But for a long time, I didn't want to put my heart on the line again because you feel like it gets broken and trampled on. And so I did a lot of casual dating.
Yes.
Like dating a lot of people at the same time. And I made it really clear that I wasn't ready for anything and it was just casual. But if they're making it exclusive, that seems like a really bad idea because
Right.
that means he can't go find the person. Like
Right.
you said.
The thrift store person.
Yeah,
Right.
he's stuck with this situation where he's like, I'm hooking up with a woman who is living with her ex and has all these red flags about how close she is with her ex. So I would say if you're having a great time with her, if you both like to knock boots, I'd say you can't make it exclusive.
Yeah.
You got to be like, hey, listen, I'm going to be dating out there and I'm going to be looking for the person who's my person. And if you meet that person, then you got to cut it off with the casual boot knocking.
Yeah.
You got to say, hey, we got to stop because I met someone I really like. But it depends on where you are. So if he's like legitimately looking for absolute love right now, maybe he should disconnect completely.
Yeah.
But if he's just like dating a little bit, seeing what he is interested in, and he wants some companionship for the moment, then you can stay in. But I say no way should it be exclusive.
Right.
Yeah.
No way. You got to
Be
find.
honest with yourself of what the relationship really is.
Yeah, exactly. How much dating did you do before you and Mary got together?
A couple. I mean, I wasn't.
So you were-
I probably had about maybe probably 4 girlfriends
Wow, that's pretty
before
good.
Mary.
Because you guys met probably when you were 25-ish?
I think I got married when I was 25. I think I might have been a little bit younger.
Wow, so that's probably 23 then
Yeah.
is when you started dating. So that's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And did you feel like you were serious about everybody, or do you feel like some of it was kind of casual?
It's funny. The people that I had gone out with before, the relationships had ended so badly.
Really?
Oh, badly.
Oh, I think one of the questions is about relationships ending bad.
Yes.
Okay, I want to hear this. Give me some specifics. Anything you're comfortable with.
I don't even know. Like, oh my God, this is like throwing me for a loop. Like this one girl that
Yeah.
I went out with was just talk about gaslighting. I mean, she would gaslight me like constantly to the point where, I was starting to second guess everything that I believed in because she was like, oh, I can't have guy friends and I can't go camping with my girlfriend and her boyfriend and then this other guy who just happens to be a friend. And you start thinking, well, yeah, I guess I must be too jealous, And it's like, no, you're in the wrong. And
Yeah.
then this, oh my God, yeah. And then this girl ended up getting like, I remember. Oh, I can't even spit it out. She ended up getting pregnant with the friend.
Oh,
right?
It's bad news.
Oh yeah.
who could possibly have guessed?
And I remember that she ended up getting a job in the same place that Mary worked.
Nice.
So Mary had to see this person all the time, and it was just. I'll tell you some stuff off mic, but she was just really, really bizarre. How about this? Now I haven't talked to this girl in like almost 30 years.
Yeah.
3 months ago, I go into my office at work, and there's a note under my door from her.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Was it just a pleasant note, or what was it? Was it weird? I guess
It was
like,
it was weird to get a note anyway, and then
Yeah.
as I read the note, it was like, just want to let you know you were the best thing in my life and all this
Yeah.
kind of stuff, and it's like,
Give me back my PlayStation 2.
yeah, I so miss doing push-ups, and I was like, this is fucking weird.
That is weird.
It's one of those people where like, if I were to see her out, like the anxiety immediately just kind of comes
Yeah.
back. And you're talking, this was almost 30 years ago.
Wow.
Really?
That's
yeah,
crazy.
it was very, very, very bad relationship.
So what happened when she got pregnant? What was like this? Did you hey, we got to break up? This is insane.
Well, no, we weren't going out at the time that she was
okay.
pregnant. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was a little later.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
man.
yeah,
That's crazy.
it is. It's very, very crazy.
The note is a lot.
The note was a lot.
Yeah, I have a couple. Well, you want to talk?
Just a funny thing from 2009 when Chuck and I, like, this was early, maybe we had started the podcast, maybe not. Chuck sent me a very long email. And in the email, Chuck says, although, as I referenced before, I was not very smart when it came to the ways of the woman back then. Not that I am now, but I know you have to take chances and to, quote, ditch the bitch if she ain't giving you snitch. As you would say, as though I'd said. And then there's an asterisk.
As you would say.
As I would say. And then I scroll all the way down. And this is a long honking email. And finally...
You guys have a weird relationship.
then it's asterisk. Where did you come up with snitch?
Man,
We do have a weird relationship.
I will say this. That's 17 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm 24. I'm out there having some fun.
It's funny because it's so dumb.
Yeah. Of course, I was being dumb.
Yeah.
I have some crazy rule. I'm trying to think of the specifics. I dated this girl for 5 years, and I thought that we were going to get married, and I bought a house for us, right? And she was supposed to pitch in too, but it was like, oh, in the future you'll pay for some stuff. You'll pay for some of the, this when you like close on a house, all that stuff. And we moved in. I worked on the house for 4 months, just sanding and painting and doing that shit and like hiring people to fix the electricity and doing all that stuff. She couldn't do it because she was like going through college, and she was actually, I think, in grad school at the time, and so she couldn't help out. That's fine. So I did it. We moved in. 4 months later, she's like, she wanted to go on this road trip with her friend, this girl. And I was like, that's cool, whatever. And while she was gone, I'm like, you know what? She has some stuff that she needs to get done with her car. I'm going to bring her car in for her. So I went out that night. I brought her car to a mechanic. I left it there. I walked home because I was pretty close to it. I came home, and she texted me, and she's like, I'm breaking up with you. While we lived together in the house, I had just bought the house for us. We only lived there for 4 months. We were together for 5 years. We had lived together for 4 years before that at my parents' house. And I just brought her car in, and she broke up with me in a text message from a road trip. And I was blindsided. I couldn't believe this, especially after this level of commitment.
Yep.
And I was like, the whole next day, I was like, are you sure you want to do this? There's all these aspects of our lives. Like, this doesn't make sense. Do you want to work on this? She's like, no. So I was distraught. The next day, I called my ex-girlfriend from before that, and I was like, hey, I'm having this hard time. Why don't you come over? So of course she comes over, and we make out. You know, it's a fun night. My girlfriend that just broke up with me, we'll call her Betty,
Yep.
and we'll call my ex that we just made up
Wilma.
Wilma. Yeah, Betty and
Okay.
Wilma. So Betty comes home from a road trip, and she's like, so I thought we should talk about the breakup. And I'm like, okay. And she's like maybe we should figure things out. And I was like, absolutely not. Like, we've had this week of this torment. You did this. Like, who knows if she broke up with me because she wanted to hook up with someone that night. So technically she's not cheating,
Right.
something like that. And I was like, no. And she's like, okay. And we were still in the house together. And she went on my computer, and there was like an email or a text message or something with my ex, Betty.
Well,
And she,
I don't remember which
yeah,
one
it was
which.
Betty.
Yeah.
And Wilma looked at the thing, and she saw that Betty had come over like the 2 days after we broke up, and she flipped out like no other person I've ever met before or since. Have you ever seen that clip of like, there's like a wife swap clip with this religious woman who's like, and she's like screaming, like shrieking? She did this in a way that shook me to my core. It was like, it almost like hurt my insides to hear someone shriek like that. And I just ran out of the house and I drove
Really?
away. I could not deal with it. I couldn't deal with it. But that was one of my worst breakup stories.
Yep.
And then I'll tell this one. I'll try to tell an appropriate version of this one.
All right,
One time.
you were dating Pebbles.
I was dating, yeah, let's say Pebbles. I was dating this girl, Pebbles. It was very casual, but we dated for a while. I've never told this story before. I'm surprised I'm telling it now, but I'll tell it in kind of like I said, like a gentle way.
Yep.
Dating Pebbles. And we knew it was casual. We both had agreed it was casual. I was dating other girls. I think she was dating other guys. I was like, let's just not talk about it. Casual. And then I started dating this other girl, and we'll call her Bam Bam.
Yep.
And second girl's Bam Bam. So Pebbles finds out about Bam Bam. Pebbles kind of pulls away, which is fine. If she's not comfortable with that, that's up to her. She comes over one day. She's like, I have to talk to you. She comes over and she says, you have been so irresponsible with Bam Bam that you gave me an STD. And I have never had an STD. I've never had an STD scare. I'm super safe, especially dating casually.
Yeah, your rap game is on point.
Yeah, it really is. And so I'm like shocked. I'm like, I have no idea about STDs. I have no idea how this could have happened. And this was like at 1 a.m. She came over late. So I say, I'm making an appointment tomorrow at 1 o'clock to go get tested. Because I don't know anything about STDs. I'm just going to go straight to a doctor. I go to the doctor. He tests me. He's like, yeah, you don't have an STD. It came back negative. And I text her. I call her. And I say, listen, I just went to the doctor. I don't have an STD. And she goes, well, your doctor's wrong. And I said, okay. She's like, call him and tell him he's wrong. So I call the doctor.
Oh, God.
I go, hey, the girl that said I gave her an STD says you're wrong. What should
He's
I
like,
do?
Tell her she's wrong.
And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, hang on, let me get you on a conference call.
He's like, we're not wrong. You don't have an STD. And so I was like, okay. I go, what can I do to prove it to her? Because I'm in this bind. He goes, do you want to get tested again? And I'm like, okay. I go back in, tested a second time, negative. I text her. I'm like, I got a negative test again. She doesn't answer me. The next week, I have a physical.
He gets tested again.
And I tell them, I'm like, listen, I got these 2 clean tests, but I got this girl, she doesn't buy it. Can I get tested a third time? And they're like, sure.
You're paying for
Yeah.
it.
Sure. And so test it again, clean again, text her again. I'm like, hey, listen, I texted her the results, like a picture of it. I'm like, I have 3 tests now. And by the way, if she has an STD all of a sudden, that means she was with someone, not me. I got 3 clean tests. She doesn't answer me. She doesn't talk to me anymore. 4 months later, I find out from a friend of ours, named rhymes with Himmy the Jer guy. He's like,
Somebody's been on the show multiple times before you, Frank.
he goes, she told me you gave her an STD. This is 4 months later. And I'm like, what? A girlfriend. She's like, yeah, she told me that too. I go home to Rhode Island. I'm talking to my cousin about it and his wife, who the wife has never met this girl. The wife's like, yeah, she messaged me on Snapchat and told me that you gave her an STD too. This is all after the clean test.
Wow.
And I was like, what the fuck? I was so pissed off. I told her that, and she goes, this is the end of the story. She goes, I must have misread your text.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you bastard. I was so mad. And that was one of the worst, because this story continues. It goes to like, we ended up on the same cruise at the same time. She flipped out on me there. It was just, this was the messiest, most fucked up breakup that I've ever gone through.
Yep.
Bar none.
Do you think she'll be at Key West?
I wouldn't be surprised. I just went to Skankfest, which is this huge surprise she was there. No, I'm just kidding. It's a joke. But I just went, and it's this huge comedy festival. They just call it Skankfest because the people that put it on are on a podcast called Legion of Skanks. So it's this huge comedy festival. The biggest comedians go every year. It's gigantic. And I took part in this documentary. I filmed it with my buddy Joe List. Joe List is directing it. We had a few camera guys. I was one of the camera operators. We're filming all weekend. I go into the green room, and this is in New Orleans, right? Obviously, she lives somewhere on the East Coast because we were dating, and I'm living in New York. I'm in the green room. I'm setting up my camera. I walk around the corner.
Free Snickers.
I am eating free food. I walk around the corner. Who's standing there in the green room? The girl. Pebbles?
I don't remember if it was Pebbles or Bam Bam.
Pebbles.
Yeah.
And I was like, how can this be? What is happening? She had volunteered to work at the festival, and she was there every day. I saw her probably 20 times in my close vicinity, and this is like a couple months ago.
Wow.
I would not be surprised to see her at Q West. I'm hoping she's not going to be there, but I would not be surprised at all.
Would it get to the point where you would have to start taking legal action? You're too nice because I can say, because after she started texting your friends and stuff,
I know.
mean, you could have a lawyer draw up a letter.
Well, it's crazy that there was so much evidence that I had reached out to her and told her, hey, this has nothing to do with me. Whatever you did.
But she doesn't care. She wanted to slander you.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's what it was about.
Exactly what it was about. So, I don't know. Honestly, like, I think the cruise was a coincidence, and I guess New Orleans was a coincidence, but it's also like, this is a little strange.
It's rough.
The cruise definitely was a coincidence. New Orleans was weirder. But yeah, that's probably my worst, messiest situation.
It was.
Yeah, I think
messy.
I think it was.
Yep.
I definitely had an ex-girlfriend who was a lesbian. That didn't feel great. But I think that this was the messiest one I would talk about on the podcast.
Yeah.
You have anything?
Not really. My breakups are generally I'm trying to still make it work.
Yep.
And she's not interested. Mm-hmm. And then I switch to, well, I need to prove to myself that I care about this woman as a person and not just as a romantic thing. So I'm going to try and keep a friendship going.
That's bad news.
And it's bad news. It hurts.
Never works.
Yeah.
It hurts so much. And I'm happy being friendly with these people. Some of them I've had, professional relationships with afterwards, but it's been rough surf on the coast for me every single time because there have been very few times that it's been me ending it and not dealing with a wave, a tsunami of guilt about like I should be happy with whatever this is, even if this isn't what I want. Because, I don't deserve anything. So therefore, anything I get is a bonus, and I should be grateful for it, even if it's somebody who doesn't treat me well.
That's tough.
Yeah, well, it's a low self-esteem. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Depression sucks.
It's tough to try to stay friends with a girl you want to date and don't.
Yeah.
Have you
I've
ever done
never,
that?
no.
No?
Every single relationship I've ever had, when it's ended.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
No Seinfeld, Jerry and Elaine situations for me. No.
I have a couple friends, but that was all casual and short-lived and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But yeah, I think we have time for one more question. I want it to be a
Alright.
good one. I want it to be the
boy.
best one.
Oh boy! All right. So we have one about supporting a friend who just got out of a relationship, or getting out there and dating after a breakup of an extended relationship.
I think the second one, right? That makes sense.
Sure. This one is from Thomas J. I was with my ex-girlfriend for 4 years. I'm lonely and would like to get out there and date, but I'm definitely not interested in opening up to something serious yet. What should I do? My answer, get a cat.
Strip clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think, Frank?
I think, like we were talking about before, those apps might be pretty good. I mean, just knowing to be honest with yourself and whoever you're going to ultimately start dating, just to let them know, hey, listen, I don't want to get hurt again. I'm just dating. I
Yes.
think if people are just honest with each other, that's like the best route to go.
Yeah.
Of course, without a doubt. I think so too. Like when I got out of my last relationship and the relationship beforehand, like I was saying before, it's like it's totally understandable if you just don't want to open up your heart to someone and get it broken again.
Right.
I think that's an understandable thing for anybody. And it's so funny you said that thing about honesty, because that was my whole thing. I'm like, if I go on dates with people and I say right away, listen, I'm not looking for anything serious. If you're cool with that, great. And if you're not cool with that, that's totally cool. But what happened to me, honestly, was like everyone says they're cool with it, and then a few months down the road, they're not cool with
Nope.
it. They're really upset with you, and they were like, I can't believe this. You know, I thought you loved me. We fell into this thing. I will say the one mistake that I admit to is I'm so comfortable with my parents and my friends that if I'm like casually dating a girl, I'll be like, yeah, come to my parents' house for dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every single person is like, that's the bad step.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the wrong
Yeah.
step.
Mary still hasn't met my family. You can't.
I'm still considering it.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Once you hit the 30-year mark, I think it's safe.
Then I'll introduce her to my
Yeah.
parents.
But that was a bad one. That went really wrong.
Several times.
Many
If
times.
only someone had been there to say, hey, maybe you shouldn't introduce these women that you're casually dating to your parents. If only a friend had been there to say that. And also all the women you had dated.
Yeah, they all did
saying
say-
the same thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, you introduced me to your parents on our second date. And you're like, yeah, well, it was game night.
I'm like, come on. We were all going to, have a pool party. That's pool parties are.
A pool party was a second date with someone you dated. A family pool party.
I wanted to-
Memorial Day. Yeah.
I went on a date with this girl, and the date was started at like 6:30. We went out to this place in Red Bank. We had a nice dinner. We went for a big walk. We went to this bar. There was a band outside. We danced. We went to my car. We hung out until like 3 in. Great date. And so that was on Friday. I went back to Rhode Island on Saturday. My parents were having a memorial party on Sunday, and on Monday. And on Sunday night, I was talking to her, and I was like, yeah, I'm like, what are you doing for Memorial Day? And she's like, oh, I just actually celebrated it today with my family. And I'm like, oh, cool. We're having a big pool party tomorrow at my parents' house. And she was further away than New Jersey, like probably another hour and a half away. And she's like, oh, that's cool. I'm like, yeah, if you were around, I'd say you should come by. And she's like, do you want me to come? And I was like, and we had just met Friday. This is Sunday night. And I was like, yeah, I'm like, if you were around, definitely I would want you to come. And she's like, okay. And then she goes, what time is it? And I'm like 1 o'clock. And she's like, I'm going to come. And I was like, are you sure? And she's like, yep. And she drove to Rhode Island, probably 5.5 to 6 hours. And she came to the party. And she's very kind and very sweet and a nice person.
Right.
But that was a little bit kooky. And she met all my friends and my entire family, and it progressed in a bad way very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess that was my fault, but it was also that was a half and half,
Yeah.
right? That was a little kooky that she drove that way.
No, well,
What do you think?
I don't think so. I mean, I think she probably really, really liked you. And
Yeah.
that is like, oh my God, he must really like me too. He's going to have me meet his family.
Oh, you're
and the
making
only
me
thing
feel
that was
worse.
separating us was distance. And I took that away. And we're going to get married next week.
Frank is stabbing me in the heart right now. That was a bad one. Okay, I take responsibility for that.
Yep.
Accidental
Right.
responsibility. Because you think you're just being polite. You're talking about Memorial Day parties. You're like, yeah, if you were here, you can come. And then the person takes that in a way that's like, you should come. And by the way, happy to see her.
Yep.
Great person. We
Yeah.
had a great time at the party. We hung out afterwards. Really good time. Just, I guess I made the mistake of letting her meet my parents immediately.
Yeah.
24 hours or 48 hours after we
It was
first
very
went on
funny.
a date.
And, like I was with Chuck when he got the message of her saying, I'll be there. And I was like, huh. just do a gender swap on this situation and see how comfortable anyone is with it. She was
boy.
great. She was a good person.
Very nice person. She's moved far away, but
Yep.
she's I don't really know what she's up to, but
Yep.
I'm sure she's doing well. But yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, getting out there and look,
Yeah.
like apps have
That's the way
you
to
can
go.
say what you're interested in and just be honest with not only your partner but yourself of what you're interested in and what you're looking for and go from there.
I think that we leave today's episode with Frank's advice, where it's like honesty is the rule of romance.
Yeah.
Right. I think that helps in every way.
Like Frank was honest about how hurt he was that we've had Jimmy on the podcast so many
Oh,
times.
yes. Not just Jimmy, everybody else. Everybody else.
And Frank and Mary have been supporters for a long time.
That's true.
Since the old days of the Chuck
Oh,
and Brad
yeah.
podcast.
Absolutely.
No, I know it. I'm glad you're finally here, and I think it's going to happen again.
Yeah.
I hope so.
I honestly, I'll tell you this.
Because you're like, here's the invite that I got. It was like, I want to have Frank on the show. Here's the text.
Oh boy.
My parents are having a pool party. No.
Yes.
The invite was, hey, I heard you're coming down for the Super Bowl party. Why don't you come on the show? So I was already coming anyway.
I will say it's there's a guilt of like, hey, you have a long drive, like making
Yes.
it just for us feels like a big ask.
Yes, that's true.
But since you were already here, it feels like a small ask and it's so convenient and we're so delighted to have you on.
No, it's fun. I'm only teasing.
no,
Of
it's
course.
great. Yeah. I will say when we had Johnny Law on, he drove from Boston, recorded, and drove back to Boston the same night.
Yep.
Which is
Rookie. Please.
You're gonna do that today?
I've been doing, yeah, actually I am.
Really?
Oh, yeah, and I have class tomorrow.
Wow.
Yep.
Frank 5 is a Tell 'em Steve Dave diehard. I love it.
that's right.
I am too. I feel
Yeah,
the same way,
just
man.
did it too.
I've driven back from Rhode Island just to record for sure. But yeah, man, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for
It was
having me.
great. I
Thank
want you to come on again. Seriously.
Thank you.
It's going to be good. I want to have like a big, we did that big Christmas episode with like, I think it was 7 of us. And I'd love for you to come on for a big gang hang like that again.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Let
man.
me know when.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it, buddy.
Well, friends, thank you so much for joining us for this special Valentine's episode of Funbearable. If you have questions, comments, concerns, or otherwise, send us an email, funbearablepod@gmail.com, or find us on socials @funbearablepod, or the website, funbearablepod.com. Check out our Patreon, check out our merch, like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your dogs, significant others, whatever you need to do to get the word out. We appreciate it all. For Frank 5 and Chuck Staten, I'm Brad Rohr saying thank you so much, and we're sorry for being Funbearable.
And I'll give one last little plug.
Uh-oh.
Check out the Tell 'em Steve Dave Patreon to see Frank 5 and his shows. Frank 5's Rewind is on pause, I'd say. Yep. But you're on Brian Michelle's Time Capsule.
Yep.
What else are you on?
TV Guys.
TV Guys. Yeah,
Bro
TV
Side
Guy with-
Attractions.
Bro Side Attractions.
Yeah, multiple ones.
This guy's one of the stars of the Patreon.
I wouldn't
I'd
go
say
that
top
far.
15.